Today we're gonna do all those interesting and very different exercises. We're gonna stimulate and activate, move body parts that we don't use so often. We're gonna activate brain connection, nerve connection that we are not so used to. So it is going to be interesting. Enjoy the ride, and again, when those thoughts come, those thoughts of resistance, those thoughts like, oh, what am I going to do? Why is this? Let it go and just feel it. So feel into it. How does this feel? We are going to start by massaging with a little ball. If you don't have it, you can use like a tennis ball. This is like a cork ball, but this is new. I just bought it. So a tennis ball also works. You place it on that, and now I'm gonna feel just my feet. So you get a better view. You don't need to see my whole self. What I would like you to do while we work with the feet is that you keep bending the knees. You keep having the top of the hips back and the pubic bone forward, so that you have the back in that neutral position. Relax the abdomen, the pelvic floor, and just to be relaxed in the rest of the body. So I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna start massaging the heel. Gonna make rounds. In both directions. I'm gonna take the middle of the foot. And if you're interested in this, you can read about acupuncture points underneath your feet. It's a whole world. I'm not going to go into depth about it now, but it is said that every area of your sole, underneath the foot, is connected to different organs. Take the front. So if you feel that some specific regions are hurting, and it can really change from day to day, if you feel that, then just Google. So you will find like a lot of different pictures. So really choose a few, compare, and then observe what the pictures say. They sometimes connect to different areas, to different organs, but generally speaking, there is a common opinion, a common knowledge that you will find similar in all the pictures. And it's usually so that the foot sole is basically, this is sort of pelvic floor, and here, if I remember right, it's like the middle of the body, and here this is more like upper body. But there are then the toes that are connected to specific areas, so just look it up. Great. And then if you don't have a ball like this on this size, with your tennis ball, if you don't have a ball, try to have maybe a pen on the floor and just try to pick it up with your toes. And what I suggest is that you try to first spread out the toes, get a grip, and then really try to get a grip with this too. So with little toe and big toe, and they try to pick up the object. And when you have it, just keep it there until it falls. So it doesn't matter if you cannot actually pick it up, because the action is the same. So you are anyway activating the muscles that we're interested in at the moment. Swap directions, swap feet, sorry. And we start with the heel. You decide how much weight you want to give. When you feel almost like those grains, try to melt them gently. Oh, oy, oy, oy. And then, as I said, this does change from day to day. We are women. Well, if you are a woman and then you have a menstrual cycle, this can also affect where you feel resistance or pain. Take the middle of the foot, and just really, if this is the first time, go a bit gentle, because you don't know where you will find resistance, or like those knots, that tension. And that's also a way of, let's say, self-massage. It can be a way of really paying attention to your body. You own your body. You own the ways to heal it. And now you are taking a moment to actually see where your feet need pressure. Take the front side. Super. And then we try to spread the toes, get that mobility, and then try to pick it up. Whatever object, try to take it up. And again, it does not have to be a ball, it can be like a stick, a fork, a knife, a pen, or like any smaller object. A little candle, like those tea lights. Just use what's available for you. Sort of try different techniques, but remember maybe to use big toe and little toe, and to sort of get that grip as if you wanted to do this. Perfect. Now put the ball away and take 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use books. If you don't have books that are, thick enough, you can, for instance, go. You can use a chair. You can stand on a chair. If you don't have a chair, you can go sort of to some sort of stairs. But just make sure that you have freedom to move your toes. Let's go into it. And we start by standing on the 2 bricks. We're gonna articulate the big toes. They want to go up and down. Now, the other 8 toes, they want to press down at all times, if that is possible. And adjust a little bit if you feel you need it. And it doesn't matter how big the range of movement is, because what is important is that you are actually activating the connection from the toes to the brain, and from the brain actually to the toes. So your nervous system is working on it, sending messages and movements that you do not usually practice. Muscles you don't usually move specifically, they're not addressed. Perfect. Maybe you can swap and do like this. Now we want to work on the other 8 toes, and you can choose if you want to be on one, like this. So you have the big toes on the yoga block, and then the other toes out like wings. Or if you want to have the blocks one by the other, and then be like this. You decided. This is a bit better for balance. And make sure, because I've seen that you can do this. Sort of, I've seen some of my students doing this, but make sure that the inside of the foot is in line with the sides of the block. And then you want to spread your wings. This is an exercise that I have learned from Olivia Berggren, amazing teacher and physiotherapist. Spread your wings. And it is normal that the hands, they want to do the same movement. We are all connected through fascial tissue. So the hands sometimes want to move, so the fingers, sometimes it's the mouth that does things, you know. That's completely normal. Just laugh about it. Perfect. And now we distantiate the blocks again. And we try to have one foot where the toe, big toe, is working, and the other one where the four toes are working. And now we do this. One big toe, and on the other foot is the four. So this is challenging. It's almost demanding from the brain because it's mostly the four toes that are a bit difficult to control. But with time, you will get used to this, and the brain learns. The brain is plastic. So we use brain plasticity here. Swap a little bit. So, and then we swap. The foot that was using the four toes now uses the big toes, and the foot that was using the big toe now uses the small toes. And here we go. And if you don't want to do it fast, go slow. It does not have to be fast. Super. Alternating, one is up and one goes down. So, and now see a little bit how the feet feel. See if you can maybe spread the toes a little bit better at this point. And test your balance on one foot. Test the balance on the other foot. And really get that grip with the toes.